Togetherness is the 10th episode of the second season of the Doris Day Show. It's directed by Alan Rafkin. And in this one, after spending some late nights at work, Doris has decided that she's going to have a full day of family fun and togetherness with Buck, with the boys, and with Nelson. I think this is the most Nelson's been in it for quite a while. He's absolutely adorable. And they start off by having this picnic, and Doris is really excited. She's playing games. They're playing Blind Man's Bluff and throwing sticks for Nelson. But what Doris doesn't know is that Billy and Toby actually already had a fun day planned of doing their own activities. And it's not that they don't want to spend time with their mother, but they're getting older. They have their own friends, they have their own activities. And Doris is unaware of this, and they don't want to tell her because she's clearly having a lot of fun. She's obviously put in a lot of effort to plan this family fun togetherness day. Will she find out the truth, or will the boys go on allowing her to remain oblivious? I think it's very admirable that Doris was wanting to make the effort to make sure her son knew that they still had a mother, that yes, she's spending a lot of time at work, but she's still there for them. But I think the lesson there is to ask your children what they'd like to do, rather than just assume they have nothing better to do. That's a pretty good lesson for parents, I think, but also just for anybody who might be planning activities that they think is for the benefit of other people. Maybe just check first. There's also an interesting discussion to be had there about work-life balance that's relevant for anybody who works, anybody who's got a family or a partner or even friends. Sometimes you need to take a step back and see if you're actually balancing things out properly, both for your relationships but also for your own personal health and well-being as well. In terms of the activities, I think I would have liked to have seen a bit more of them. We do spend a bit of time in the park, outside. It's it's a beautiful day, really gorgeous to look at. But I feel like they quickened that up a little bit, and we could have spent a bit more time having this togetherness because I felt like it was almost over as quickly as it began. So the pacing isn't great, and while we get to spend some time with Ron Harvey, played by Paul Smith, some Doris works with, I feel like they dragged that out a little bit too much. The whole him trying to make conversation with Buck was fun once, but when it repeated itself, I just felt like we were going round in circles, and really the balance in this episode isn't great. We should have spent more time having this togetherness and less time. Basically, the entire second half just felt like repeating the same 3 minutes. It's not exactly like that, but compared to the average Doris Day episode, I did feel like the pacing just wasn't where it needed to be, wasn't where it usually is, and it just felt a little bit repetitive after a while. Still really enjoyed it, of course, but it's definitely not as good as it could have been. Either way, having said that, Togetherness, I still enjoyed it, and it is ultimately an episode I'd be very happy to watch again.